Welcome back to my channel. In today's session, we will learn about S3 and how to use the S3 with a Spring Boot and why we need that S3. So S3 is a simple storage service which is offered by Amazon and which is highly scalable. So I will show you how we can use the S3 bucket to upload the file with the help of the Spring Boot in AWS. Okay. So before that, we have needs some Spring Boot applications and then some configuration we required. So let me download that one Spring Boot service from the Spring initializer. So it's already I have here. So we'll go here Spring initializer, and we have to select that build tool, that the project, that is a Maven or the Gradle. So it's up to you which one you prefer. For my case it is Maven, so I will select Maven, language Java, Spring Boot this, and the project metadata is nothing but the artifact and the group name and the project name. So those details, if you want to change, you can change it. I will change to learning media, and this is the media, and let it we have to add some dependency, basic dependency. Spring Boot starter wave, and also I will add lombok for logging. We will use some annotations. Okay, and generate it. Okay, so it's downloaded. Let's go here this and go to IntelliJ and file, new module from existing source, then go to download and learning media, right? And this is a Maven, so it will by default it's selected as a Maven. Now it seems imported, right? So yes, so we will can see. So this is the Spring Boot main class, the class name is learning media applications, and this is the main method. So it's looked like the normal Java class, right, which we have the main method. Trust the project and let it run first and test it if the project setup is correctly done or not, right? So we can run this. Yeah, if you can see that project is started, this learning media application is started on port 800 with the no context path, because I have not set any context path of the application. So if you'll go here, you can see nothing is set here, right? So to connect to the S3, we need that access key and that secret key and the bucket name and the region. So in which region the bucket is created, right? So which in which time zone the S3 bucket is created. So those details we have to add it here, right? Okay. And also, so let me do that first. Add me that. So how we'll know that what is the bucket name, our bucket name, and that what is the access key and secret key and the region. Okay, so I will walk through with that as well. I have that AWS console, I already logged in. Okay, so if you don't know that where it is, you can go directly here and search S3. So you can see the services. So you can go to service, S3 service, and under the service you can see the bucket, what are the bucket you have created, and the region, the AWS region, in which region it is created. So this is the Asia Pacific South one time zone. And so why the region is important, because then if you will not select the region, then Amazon will not able to um, activate it, or they might not be knowing that when you are available or when the service need to shut down or restart, right? So they are supporting for the multiple regions, so that's why we have to specify from which region we are trying to configure this one, right? So go to the bucket. So this is the bucket name, and so this is the bucket, and let's copy it and go to here and give some s3 dot bucket name equal to this, right? And the region, so AWS dot region, we also will copy from here only, right? Properties, go to here and copy this, add it here, right? Now two more things we require, that access key, the access key and the secret key of the IAM role user. Okay, so how you, let's configure it, AWS dot access key and AWS secret key of IAM role user. Now how we will know that what is the access key and the secret key of that user? So I will show you. I have already one users. Okay, so IAM role, search here the IAM, go to IAM service, and here you can see I have two users and two roles. So let's go, what are the user? So S3 access and the test IAM user. Okay, so test IAM, so S3 is that I think that root user, so test IAM user, and what is the access key? So this is the access key of that user, so I will use this access key here, and that secret key. So secret key you will get only once when you creating that you, this access key, okay, for that user. So in that way you will get it. Okay, so I have copied that access secret key. I will use the same here as of now. Okay, already I kept it as a backup. So this is the secret key I will be using for this. Okay, now to connect to S3 we also need one more dependency for uh, AWS, right? So that also we have to add it here. So let's add it here, dependency, and group ID we have to give Amazon. Yeah, if you type like this it will come automatically. So now it's AWS Java SDK game lift, so we don't want the game lift, we want S3. So just change to S3. So you can see that suggestion here as well, you no need to remember, just type some keyword of AWS, you will get it. So IntelliJ is too smart to suggest on that. Okay, and the version you can change also if you want. Okay, so let's see what are the version is available. One dot, it's not there, right? Okay, so let it be, and let's rerun the application and see that. Okay, are we getting an issue or not? So no issue. Now we'll start the coding here, right? So go to here, and we'll create one config package where we'll have the AWS configuration, and under that I will create AWS client, which we will use to connect and create the AWS client object. So we'll use that configuration, and we have to read those properties which we have defined in the application.iml property, sorry. So private string and region, you can hard code, but it I will prefer to handle in the properties file. So if you have to change that, right, then we can easily change it and restart the application. Okay, so value we have to bind it, and dollar AWS, what is that variable we have defined? Sorry, copy the same. Also bucket name, just copy paste same thing and change the value. String access key. Secret key, right? Now let's copy one by one. So this is the bucket name. We'll use that bucket name. And here value AWS access key, and here is secret key. Let's confirm. Yes, so secret key and this one, right? Now we have configure all this, like binding those variables from the property file to this configurations. Now we need to create that client, right? Amazon client, so S3 client. So how we'll create it? So public, and let's Amazon S3 S3 client, right? What's giving that? Is it project is not built, or how it is? So okay, might be in this version it is not available, so we have to change the version as well. Okay, so I have used this one, right? 111. So let's add it again. Imagine AWS. Okay, ready. Go IFT, we have to do Imagine. Sorry. Okay. And artifact, right? S3 SDK. Okay, and let it be what is the default it. I'm not going to add the version, so it should pick that latest one. Okay, let's rebuild. Could not find. Okay, SDK. What is, so we have to define the version as well. So how we'll know the version of this? Let's go here. It is that. Okay, let's go and search here. All right, so we came here, and it's okay. Oh, we can see here, right? If you'll go, the S3 1.12.254, right? So we'll use the same. Let's see, version 1.12.254. I think same, right? Yes. Let's refresh them again. Okay. Yeah, I think it's downloaded. Now, yeah, now we are getting the import of this. So this is that return type of this one, right? And let's so return. Imagine we have to create the client, right? So we need that Imagine S3 client builder. Client builder. Where is that? Yes, this one. Dot a standard. Because we pass that secret key and that access key, so we have to select that standard dot with credential, right? So because we are going to pass those credentials, so we have to use the credential method. Okay, and under this credential, we can see it's expecting that credential provider, right? So credential provider is nothing but we have to new AWS static credential provider, and then what is the type of this, so we can see that. So expecting that AWS credential, so we have to pass that, right? So let's see, new basic AWS credential, and we'll pass that access key and secret key, right? And then after that we'll call that region dot with region, or region will be there. Okay, so dot with region, and the region we have that a string, so we can pass region dot build. Now it will build the S3 client. Okay, let's reformat this. Okay, and make it more readable, so enter and break in the multiple lines. Okay, so this is that to get the S3 client. Okay, now let me create one service where we'll do that upload it, right? So class and file upload service, right? And annotated to the service annotations of Spring Boot, and let's auto var that AWS client, inject that. So we injected, right? Now here we have to upload the file, right? So to upload the file we have to first do the couple of things. Okay, so public it's a typo mistake, public string and upload to S3. Okay, and we will upload the multi-part file. So I will show you the how to upload a multi-part file here. File multi-part and that bucket. So we also have to tell that in which bucket you want to upload this. So we have to tell the bucket name as well, right? Now to upload this, so we have to check that, right, to bucket exist or not. If we not, we will add some basic validation as well here. If bucket exists, then proceed. If it is not, then don't do. So we have get s3 dot have method does bucket exist. Okay, so we have to the bucket name. Okay, if not exist, we'll throw some exception. Okay, does object not does bucket exist. Okay, so let's v2 and return, we'll return some message, some meaningful message to the user, like bucket, and that bucket name doesn't exist, right? Please verify and the bucket and retry. So user will verify and retry the to re-upload the file. Okay, else we'll proceed that. So how to upload the multi-part file? We have that class in here in that AWS call is a transfer manager. So transfer manager, we will use the transfer manager here. If you'll see the transfer manager, open the class, you can see what are that dependent classes is there. So we have the transfer manager configuration, S3 client, shutdown, immutable, and these are the boolean value. And we can see transfer manager, this object, and this is the concept. So set configuration, get and upload. So we have the upload method. We will use this upload methods, either one of these are the overloaded methods, so we'll use this one. Okay, we'll use any of these. So transfer manager tm equal to, we have to get the transfer manager object. So how to get, we will use the build the transfer manager builder dot is the base same standard and dot what with S3 client, right, which we have created. With the using of that, we will create that transfer manager object, right? So S3 client, and we have to pass that object AWS dot get client dot build. So in that way, we'll build the transfer manager object and then upload the file. So file equal to, we have to write the file first in the memory temporarily to upload the file. So file equal to new file, and we'll get this file name, get original file name. So it will create the file with this file name. Okay, what we are passing now, we'll use that file output a stream to write the file. Okay, in this way we will do that. And is asking what unhandled, add the exception to method signature. Okay, file not found exception we have added, right? Now output a stream dot write, what we have to write. So we have to write the multi-part, right? So we can write byte and multi-part dot get bytes. Okay, so we have the cache clause. Now once we write it, we have to upload it, right? So we have that upload method in that transfer manager, just now I shown you, right? So tm manager dot upload. So upload is what we will upload this one. We pass the bucket name, a string. There is multiple methods, so if you want to use the put object, so you have to prepare the object. If you don't want, then You can use the bucket name and the string key and that file. So key is nothing but that identifier, that file identifier, unique identifier in that bucket. You can pass the file name, or you can pass the UID, so anything, but it should be the string. So I will use this one, bucket and dot UID. I will use the UID dot string and that file, which the file we have written, right? Now, so its return type is that upload, right? So we can use the upload equal to this, right? Now we want, if you want to wait for this, then we can use that upload method. Okay, so if you want to wait to upload the file and then return the response, then you can use one more steps, like upload dot upload dot, you can see wait for the result, upload result. So if you want to see the result, that file is uploaded successfully or not, then you can use these steps, otherwise you can omit it, right? So here we have what is expecting, add cache clause. So I added this one. So you can add the cache clause and cache whatever the exception. Okay, so you have to add it, and after that, after the upload is success, so we know that file is uploaded, then we can delete the file, file dot delete, to free the space, right, in the storage, in the local storage, that like where the service is running. So it will create that file in the disk, right? So in the memory, so we have to clear it, and because the file is uploaded, so we have to clean it up, and because there is no use of that file, right? So we can delete file after upload. For the upload status. Okay, so it's clear now, and now that is done, after deleting, you can return that some message to the user, like string dot format file, and the file is which file, so you can say the file ID or something. So right, unique ID, so that user that who have hit this file, they can store that file UID in their system to retrieve that file. Okay, successfully to where, to the bucket, and which bucket we can make this generic as well, the message. So result, sorry, I have not stored it, right? So we can use that uploaded result. Upload result is there, so result, and then result dot what, we can get key, we can use the get key, because we pass in the get key as a, but if you pass the file name, then you will use the, in the get key you will get the file name dot bucket name, right? So this is the way to upload the file. Okay, now let's run it and see that we are able to upload or not. Yeah, so application is started. Let's open the Postman, and in the Postman we will show you how to upload this file to S3. Okay, so how, because I don't think so we can upload, because just now we created the configuration and the file upload, but we need to expose this API as well, right? So that much also we have to do. What we can say now, REST plus upload controller, okay, and give the name REST controller request mapping. AWS. Okay, now let's rename this new package REST and service. Okay, so let's move the file upload under the service package and upload control under the REST package. Okay, so this is that one. Now we have to inject that file upload service, right? So file upload service, and we'll inject whatever this. File to S3, and we'll give that request param, because we are using that multi-part, so we'll use that form data part file, part file, right? And return file upload service dot, okay, upload to S3, right? So upload to S3, we will this one multi-part. Okay, we have to change the parameter, expecting one more parameter, bucket name. So we can remove from here. Okay, and we will read from this one, AWS client. Okay, we have to define this one. Go to AWS and we have to expose the getters for this getter, right? And we'll do that, then dot get bucket name dot get bucket name AWS client dot get bucket name. Okay, fine. Now let's remove this parameter. Already removed it. So what it's saying that we have to throw exception, so it throws. Okay, as of now what is saying again, make upload file return type a string. Okay, so response type, so we have to define the response entity dot okay file upload dot upload to multi-part and clear. Okay, now let's run it and see that file is uploading or not, right? Our file upload service is working as expected. Oh, sorry, again I have done one more mistake. So let's see, a request, we have to define the path, request mapping, or we can use that post mapping, which is that latest annotation, post mapping, and upload. Okay, that's it. Now we can run it. So now you can see application is started running. hmm, input 800. Let's go here and give here post http localhost 8080 slash AWS slash upload, and I have select the request param. So go to there and select the form data and that variable which we have injected in the method parameters multipart, and that input type is a file. Let's select the file. Okay, so I want to upload this no more, or let's see something profile. Okay, so I'm uploading one jpg file. Okay, so let's see. And okay, so bad request, it's saying why it is bad request, multi-part is not present. Okay, multi-part is not present is saying, so we have to, what is this multi-part file? Okay, we have this one, right? Now let's retry. Yeah, so you can see the file is file, this is uploaded, so this is the file key, and you can use this file key to store in your db, and with the same key you can fetch the file. Okay, now let's verify this by going to the S3 bucket. So here and type here S3, go to S3, go to the bucket, and let's search here. Sorry. Yeah, so you can see the name of the file which is just now it's uploaded 11.7. Okay, and the file is this one, right? Now I will also show you how to download the file. So this is the upload file. Now once uploaded the file, we also have that requirement, right? You might have the requirement how to download the file from the S3 after uploading, right? So we have to do that as well. So I will walk through with that as well. Let's go to the service class. Let's introduce some. Okay, here, so public and void download file. Okay, and the file, so certain things of information we need to download the file from the S3. One is the file id, which just now I shown you, which I have written here. So this id or the key, we can say it's required to download from the S3, and the bucket details, right? So let's see string dot file key, right? And we have to write it. Okay, so we want to write in the response, so we can this what, okay, this is that some java class showing, so file id and http servlet request, because I will write in the response object, so that's why I'm injecting this one as well. Okay, sorry, we have to response, right? So I injected this. Okay, so we have to inject the response object. Okay, and http servlet response. What is wrong here? Okay, okay, fine. So this method is closing here. Okay, and this class is where it is closing, this one. Okay, I'm defining inside the method, so this is that. Okay, Now to download this, first we have to connect to that S3, right? So how to connect the S3 to get that file? Okay, so same way we will use it, but there is some little bit difference because this time we are trying to get download that object from there, right? So we'll use that AWS client dot get S3 client dot get object, because downloading the file we have to use the get object, and get object we require that parameter to object request. Okay, so I will use that object request, otherwise you can use this one. So I will use the get object request and new get object request, and here we will pass that key. So key is that nothing but that which the key which I have written in the response, the same I will use, and the bucket name. So AWS client dot get, I will do the same bucket and the field ID, file ID, right? What is the return type of this? So we can use the return type. So this return type is, we can see S3 object, right? So we will use the S3 object. If you are not sure the return type, you can do like this. Okay, now once we got that object, now we have to read the metadata of that object, that contain that file type, it is a PDF or JPG, size of the file, those details we have to read from this one. Okay, object content. Okay, and the object content is nothing but the input stream, it will return in the input stream. You can see the return type here, and this is the method of get object content. The return type is S3 object input stream. So we have to assign to that local variable S3 object input stream equal to this. Okay, after that what we'll do, we have to make that metadata, we have to get the metadata as I said that, right? The file content, length, and other details. Okay, so how we will get it? We will get that same S3 object dot get metadata, object metadata dot content length, right? Will be the content length. This content length is required while writing the file on the response. Okay, like setting that content length on the response. So this is a long. This one, then here we will have to do the response. Sorry, HTTP servlet. You can define meaningful response. So this one response dot what add and set, right? So set header and set content, right? So what we'll do, set header and header is required the content disposition type, right? So HTTP headers dot which headers I have imported, so we have to HTTP headers. Okay, this one dot content disposition, right? We have to pass the header key and the value we have to pass it, right? So this is the attachment, means that is we are trying to download the file, so we have to set as attachment, otherwise it will not download the file. Okay, so we have to set as attachment and then file name. Okay, So this one there is some issue it's showing. Why it is set header. Expected 2 argument but found 3. Okay. I given comma here, right? Okay, fine. It should be concatenate http response dot set content length, and the length is content length which we have, and we have to this one to cast, right? So we have to cast down cast this method to interject, or you can do something like int and content length and downcast this. Okay, cannot cast java lang dot long to, okay, int. Why cannot? Okay, this is long, not okay. Return type is, we can see that this is the long. Okay, this is not the wrapper one, the primitive data type. So we have to use the primitive data type. Okay, now we have to write it. So return what we'll write. So we'll use that output stream. Okay, output stream of stream okay, we'll lambda one, we'll use the lambda one. So output stream this and define the buffer size, buffer size is equal to 1 MB. Why error is giving this? So that error means, okay, so this is a parameter. Okay, we have to remove it, and then we have to define the byte array where we'll write it byte by byte, we will read it, right? So buffer size equal to new, we have to define the byte array. Buffer size, so read, we will read that only defined size at a time. Read only specified length of content. Okay, so this one then while read byte, right? So we have to read the byte in from where, from that input stream, that object content, right? So input stream dot read, and how much we will read the buffers which we have defined, right? So buffer size, and that should not be what, should not be the end of the file. So we can define -1, sorry. So this is that. Okay, what is saying, it's not defined or what? Okay, local variable, he will not define, so I define it. Now here we have to write that output a stream, right? So output stream, we have used output stream dot write dot, what is this? Okay, right? And what we will write, we have to define that the byte array which we have read it, and from that starting, so we have to give 0, and then till where we have read it, we have to give that much length. Okay, but this one rename reference, what rename, why it's giving that, so it's saying that rename cannot resolve the method, right? So let's see what it is. Just reformat this code. No, is it? Okay, what is the problem here now? So this output stream, right, we have to write it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, if it's not the way, then what we can do, like this, output stream, output stream, there is, right? So we have that, and that we what we have used it. Okay, let's see if we use that. Put a stream, still it's showing. Okay, so we'll see that. Let's complete this, then we, after writing, we have to close it, right? So input stream dot close, otherwise it will give the resource exhausted issue, out of memory issue. S3 object dot close, and http servlet response dot get output stream, output stream dot close. Okay, not fine. So why this one is giving that? Okay, file output, fine. Okay. Mm-hmm. Fine. Okay, if it's not working, then we can define the different way. So let's say really the same, this one. Okay, so let's do that. Try, and output stream, name, output stream. Okay, and here what this is, that the byte we have to write, right? So we have to define that. So it's a way to do this. Why it is this? Why it's not working? Let's rerun it. Unexpected return type. Okay. Okay, so we have to change the return type. Sorry. So the change of this is the a stream, right? So we have to change the return type to the a stream type. So we are streaming this, right? So a stream response, right? Stream response, streaming response body. I think yes, that error is gone. So okay, so let's try to run now and see. Yeah, so let's download the file which we have uploaded, right? Now let's see, we have that file. Okay, the download API we have to define, just replicate the same, copy it and just change to download, and this is the get mapping, change to get mapping says, and that file key. Okay, and this is it, a string file key. Okay, and pass the file key here, download file, what is that? Okay, and inject that as well. So controller is servlet response. We have to inject that response object and pass the response here. Okay, this is the get. Okay, now we will rerun and see that. So to rerun this, so this is the file, right? So we want to download it. It is now we have to change the return type, because the return type which we are returning from here, that is streaming. Okay, let's see that it's working or not. So we will just copy this and we'll try to download it, right? So http download, and see the file. Okay, so you can see it's giving that internal server error, means what is that error? Okay, so create key cannot be null. Okay, fine. So why key is null? Why key is going null? It should not go null. Okay, let's see the controller, our controller. Okay, we are passing in the path, right? So we have to bind it. It's my mistake, path variable, so we have to read from the path variable. Let's rerun. That's why it's going null. Now we'll open it. The postman application is ready. Let's rerun. Yeah, so let's see. Okay, it's keep downloading the response. We are unable to write in the response body, right? So we have to change it, because this is the file and we are cancel it. Let's cancel it. I got that issue because it's expecting the response entity, but it's not entity, it is a stream in response. So we have to just change to the return type. Here go this one and remove this. Okay, and rerun this, and I will show from, let's see the from the browser we are able to download or not. So just directly hit here. Yeah, so you can see, right, the file is downloaded, right? So if you go to the here, but we don't know the file type, right? So how to know? So those kind of things you have to change it here, like the file content, the file type, right? And so the file is downloaded here, you can see. So this is the way to download the file, right?